Good morning, it's Rich. Getting ready to start my day, and thought for today is Genesis 3:6. And Eve saw that the tree was good for food, and that the fruit was desirable with her eyes. The focus of this is on our focus. How many people look at those that are Hollywood stars, famous, rich, extravagant lifestyles, ease, comfort, pleasure, all these things that appear to be desirable with our eyes? People focus on their bodies, how they look. They focus on their lifestyle, where they live, the mansions, the private planes and so forth, private jets, and they desire it. It's no different than from the beginning of time, when the serpent slithered into the garden and drew their eyes away from God to focus on what the serpent wanted them to focus on, anything but God. If you're watching any of the court case with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, does it change your view and understanding of people that are rich and famous? Or maybe not so rich anymore? Do you really want to live like them? I mean, there's the Hollywood appearance when they're on camera, but now we're getting a look into their reality behind the scenes. When the curtain closes, when they go home and live their desirable, extravagant lives. Is that how you want to live? And I understand that everybody's life is different. Not every single Hollywood star is that way. But you have others. I mean, you have professional athletes. Football, basketball, baseball, or anywhere there's extreme wealth, privilege. A rare few, I believe, probably handle it well. I think there was a golfer recently that they revealed that had lost $40 million gambling in 4 years. I mean, $10 million a year to gamble away, just throw away. Is that desirable? So, what are you focusing on today? Do you want pleasure, fame, fortune, ease, comfort, privilege? We already have privilege to be alive, to experience life. How many people have theirs cut short? How many people don't even get the opportunity to see daylight when their lives are ended? I could have been one of those. I was an unplanned pregnancy. My earthly father didn't want any children, ended up with 3. We've had a rough, rocky life in our family. But from the outside, it looks good. But behind closed doors, it wasn't. It was dreadfully painful, emotionally damaging. And the thing about that is, it doesn't stay behind closed doors because it goes inside your heart. And as you live your life and you're struggling inside emotionally with the pain, the abuse, the rejection, even to the point of rejecting yourself and wishing you were never born, the world would be a better place if I never existed. Again, focus. The serpent wants us to focus on our failures, our brokenness. What about all the good? Have I helped anybody? Have I helped anybody in their time of need? I don't know. There's countless people I've helped with car repairs. Single mothers that used to have somebody in their life that would take care of things. Be financially better off when they're married. But not necessarily emotionally better off. Suddenly thrust into being mom, provider. Overwhelmed maybe too. I've been helping people like that for 30 years. Then it branched out into widows and children of widows. Car repairs. Don't charge them labor. If I can cover parts, I cover parts. I've actually had a couple people that have given me donations towards my unofficial car repair ministry. And I help people where I can. See, my focus is more on helping people than money. I need money to survive, to exist, to live, to provide for my wife and family. But I'm not trying to be Bill Gates, Bezos, Musk. Any of those people marry for life, have good quality relationships. I mean, they're highly successful financially, but emotionally, spiritually, their relationship with God. Just because they have lots of money doesn't mean they're in good standing with God. And one day, all their money in the world isn't going to do them any good when they stand before Him. But what will do good is your heart. Will you be put to the right of Him or the left? Will He bring you in to be sheared, your outer coat, sheared away, leaving white and pure beneath because of the blood of Christ, and God's Spirit dwelling inside your heart? Or will you be a goat to His left, eternally separated from God, in a place meant for fallen angels and those that are not worthy to be in God's presence? And it appears I'm on another bunny trail. But those are my thoughts today. Those are some of the things that I've struggled with in my life. To look at myself in the mirror and then look at, wow, something that's more desirable. Look at me. Look at them. Who's going to want to be with me? Will anybody love me? I don't know. Those old memories are coming back to haunt me again. I can look down on my hand and I still have a wedding ring on. I haven't kissed her in almost 2 years. I've hugged her twice. Once a side hug. She didn't want it. Things appeared to be going better. And she asked me to hug her once. We were talking in the garage, and it was after we had a conversation with my son, and my wife saw a sensitive side of me, part of my changed heart. And I went across the garage to my son and dropped to my knees and put my arms around him and hugged him and just sobbed and wept with him, his brokenness. I knew it well because that has been my life for so long. Broken emotionally inside, hating who you are. And I just spoke words of love and encouragement over him. I remember when it was, but my wife, sometime around that period of time, put her arms up for me to hug her, and I came to her and dropped to my knees as she was sitting in her wheelchair. She has stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. She has more than 20 tumors throughout her body. She was told she had 5 to 10 years to live. I think we're on about 12, the last 2 of which we haven't been together. Partially because of all the hidden pain and damage inside of my heart from my childhood and my life. And the rear end collision suffered permanent whiplash damage to my neck and spine, brain injury, PTSD, loss of my career, my marriage, and my health. But my heart's the best place it's ever been, to love God and love people, even myself finally. And love people enough to say what most people would say is embarrassing and they'd be ashamed of sharing about themselves. I'm not, if it helps other people who are struggling in life, who are looking at other people and comparing themselves, looking at how attractive they look on the outside, totally ignoring the inside. The hidden seeds of gifts and talents and abilities and purpose that God has placed inside of each one of us, each one unique. But we're too busy looking at somebody else going, I wish I looked like that. I wish I was taller, stronger, faster, better looking, and so much more. I wish I had a better job. Wish I had more money. Yeah. And I'm just a man. I believe women possibly are even worse about that, with all the fashion magazines, makeup, and how they compare themselves. It's sad. I hope and pray that me sharing into my inner reality behind the curtain helps people to see that the most attractive thing that I finally see in a human being is love. Do they love God? Do they love themselves? Do they love everybody else? See, before I became a Christian, I was looking for love, the world's way. Somebody, please, just accept me for who I am. And then when I wasn't accepted, when I was rejected, when I was cheated on, I thought for over 30 years, to find out the truth later that I wasn't. To find out that the lies that I believed from the serpent weren't true. It was the inner me that was leaking outside into my life that made me unattractive. My attitude, my beliefs, my thoughts, my feelings, all contaminated and poisoned by what I thought people wanted most and what I wanted most. It wasn't good, it was evil. That's the knowledge of good and evil. Satan just deceives us to think that which is evil is good. I hope and pray something in my message today will touch the hearts of somebody and bring healing and hope to a broken, wounded heart. Love God and love people. I hope and pray that after all this, you can love yourself, because inside of you is so much more than what the world has seen today.